you. The only thing I ever ask of you is no story I say. Hello. I see that someone is watching, but I don't know who is that, and I don't know how to actually invite you for the chat if you watch it only on YouTube. Give me 1 second. I will just try to find out one more thing. Yeah. Well, great. Hello, I just got your email, so thank you very much for letting me know. I see 2 people there. Now, thank you very much for watching, and I'm sorry for all the complications. Apparently, you need. Well, there's only one more left. Okay. Apparently, you need a Google account to connect to the Google Hangout. The problem now is that I can give you the presentation, which is great, but apparently you cannot ask questions because the chat tool is not enabled on the YouTube stream. So I'm just checking whether this we can. On the other hand, then you don't need to be connected to Wi-Fi. You can stay connected on your computer, and because this is like a normal YouTube video, as you would be watching a YouTube video. So eventually, you can send reactions or questions via email. Now I just see that I got another email. Which probably is not reacting to that, the YouTube thing. So can you, what, I'm going to close this. So is it okay, maybe can you just send me an email if it's possible? So is it, and I'm asking whether it's okay that we do it like this, that there is no possibility of chat. For the next time I will check it and it will be possible. But if you have any questions or reactions or anything to say, if you can just send me an email, and then I've got my mailbox open here on my tablet, so I can react on that, if you don't mind. Now that we have 4 people watching, which is strange because I sent the invitation only to 3 of you. But well, good, great. I see that you see me. This is nice. Great, thank you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you the presentation now. I will not have the feedback from you instantly on the chat, but if you have any questions, any comments, or anything, just send me an email. I've got it open here, and I promise that for the next time, you know, I will make sure that we have it all functioning. So I would start by just repeating what is the aim of this training or of this workshop, which is to show you a little bit what Tweetdeck does, why is it useful, and why I suggest to move from Tweetdeck from Hootsuite to Tweetdeck. Now, if you haven't been using Hootsuite, then I will do very quick introduction of what these softwares, what these tools do, and then we will take a look on particular parts or particular topics which are related. And then, obviously, when you have questions, please send me this email on my normal European Commission email address, and then I will reply. So I think my part will take like 30 minutes, as we won't have many questions during that. And good. I see another person watching. This is nice. So I will shortly introduce you to Tweetdeck, show you what I think are the best features, and then if you have questions, send me it via email, and I will answer them later on. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my screen so that you see this, which is not very nice, but now you should be able to see, and I will check that on this YouTube thing. Now you should be actually able to see what I'm doing. Yes, you are. So I log out in order to show you how a Tweetdeck works. And now this will be good, maybe that you you know, if you can in parallel like do the same thing on Tweetdeck if you have it. If you don't have it, then just follow this, and then you can access it with your Twitter account. So when you go to Tweetdeck, it looks like that. It's a home page, and the only thing you need to do is to log in with your classic Twitter credentials. So I'm going to use Digital Agenda EU and the password, and I'm going to log in. Now, hopefully you can see that. Yeah, looks like, yes, you can see. So this is how it looks like. If you know Hootsuite, it's very similar. It actually also has the streams and the columns. Now, why do we use Tweetdeck? Just if you know, we need a more general introduction. Tweetdeck, we use it for a more professional approach towards social media, in order that we can either post effectively, schedule posts, schedule tweets with pictures, which Tweetdeck enables, and on the same side, we also want to listen carefully, and Tweetdeck is actually very good to improve the listening capability, especially if you have a conference or if you have a debate which you want to closely follow. Then this is the tool to use, certainly on the day. So what is it about? It's that you have your screen divided into different streams. Now, each stream is the equivalent of what you would see on Twitter. So if I went to Twitter and if I searched for example, startups, and I go there, now Twitter now shows me the top tweets, but if I switch to live, so to see all the tweets which contain the hashtag startups, this is exactly what I will see in Tweetdeck if I went to Tweetdeck and searched here startups. Okay, I see it here, and then if I want to add the column, add the stream onto my profile, I just add the column, and it appears right at the end. Okay, so and this is exactly what you should see here. Now, you know, as the startup hashtag is quite busy, it will be updating. But the first difference is that if you watch it on Twitter, then it doesn't update automatically. You would always need to go to the URL and press enter or update the page in order to see new tweets. Now, if you are in Tweetdeck, you can actually see it happening automatically just right there. So you see all the tweets related to or containing the word startups, the hashtag startups. Now, this is very good because what you can then do, you don't need to. You see that you can have many streams next to each other. So what you can then do, you can put several streams which relate to one topic, and then you will have a very good overview of what's going on. So for example, what I have under the Digital Agenda account is also a Twitter list, which is called European Startups. And I would like to see the hashtag startups and also this Twitter list. So what I do, I go to add column here on the left, and it brings me to or it asks me, or it offers me to select several options. What columns can I add? So the home column would be my home feed, what I would see if I logged in on Twitter, and I would see all the activity of the people I follow. Then I have the notifications. It's clear, it mentions. I have the activity, so which means my activity. The many other things, we'll go through them later, but what I have here is lists. And I think this is a very good thing, because what you can then do, you open the lists and you see all your lists created by Digital Agenda. Now, you can connect also multiple accounts to Tweetdeck, which means that you also see the lists created by those accounts which are connected, which is my personal account. But then what you can also see here are all the lists you are subscribed to. So all the lists, ICT 2015, whatever you subscribe to, you see the lists in here. And then what you do, you find your list you want to add, which is in our case, European Startups. I click on that list, and it opens me the activity. So it's exactly the same thing as if I went to Twitter once more. And now if I went to my Twitter lists, found a Twitter list which is called European Startups, which is here. So again, this thing should be exactly what happens or what I see if I open it here. And then what I would do, I would add the column again. And now I have two next to each other. One is the general startup discussion of people who include the hashtag startups in their tweets. And here I have European Startup Twitter list, which is created by me. Or if this would be a Twitter list created by someone else, then I would be able to edit there as well. So I've got these two next to each other. I don't need to switch from one to another on Twitter. And if I'm searching for a news or for a tweet to retweet related to European startups, I can just see these two columns, and whatever I feel is interesting for me, for my community, I retweet that. Okay, I'm just going to check whether everything is all right or whether we have some questions. Looks like everything is all right. No questions on my email. So if you have any questions, please send me an email. So now what we can do here is, again, as I said, see the two debates, one hashtag and one Twitter list. But as you see, especially for the startups hashtag, it's a very active debate. It's very crowded, and you have dozens of tweets every minute. So it will be good to filter it somehow. And this is how Tweetdeck brings, or this is where Tweetdeck brings more benefits. If you used Hootsuite, you might have remembered that you can also filter the streams in Hootsuite by a keyword, which was a great thing, because if you wanted to filter this by keyword EU to see only tweets related to European startup community or European startup ecosystem, that you would do that. This is enabled in Twitter, in Tweetdeck as well. Concretely, you click here on the preferences of a Twitter stream, and then you go to content, and then you can see that you have the stream of startups, and if you enter EU, then it would filter both of them. Okay, but what I find, then you have some other parameters like that you can only see pictures with tweets with pictures, or only periscopes, sorry, or written in different languages, or you can even exclude words. So if you don't want to see startups, but if you want to see all the tweets with startups hashtag, but with no word, for example, technology, then you write here technology, and you will see only the tweets which contain the word startups or the hashtag startups, but which don't contain the word technology. This is still fine, but Tweetdeck knows more, and this now it becomes really interesting, because especially here you can filter by engagement, and this actually means that you open it, and then you can define that you want to see only tweets which are, for example, retweeted 10 times. So you will not see all the noisy tweets, which are sent by whoever, but you will see only those tweets which have been retweeted at least 10 times, and you can even say that which have at least 5 likes. You filter it, and now you see really the tweets which matter, because these tweets have been retweeted, so many times. So imagine that you have a conference, you have a workshop, and you have an online debate going on, but you don't want to see, you want to see only those tweets which matter, which have some impact. So you do exactly this, and then you can scroll down, and you can very easily see the tweets. If you click on the tweet, then it will show you the tweet with the picture, and here you see it has 28 retweets, 16 likes. Okay, so this is a very good feature to do. Now, what you can also do is filter by users, and it means that you will see tweets by a specific user, or you can see also tweets which mention specific user. So for example, if I want to see all the tweets with the startups hashtag mentioning digital agenda EU, probably I will not see anything. Yeah, well, that's what I thought. But maybe if we get rid of this filter, so we don't filter by the engagement, but we only filter by yes, good. So here I see this one has been sent yesterday, this one has been sent a week ago, but there are tweets which contain the hashtag startups and which also mention digital agenda. So imagine that you would like to search in a debate in a hashtag whether someone has mentioned you, then you can do it very easily here. You have some other options, like that you will not preview the pictures, or you will see it smaller or medium or large. I like to see them like medium, so I keep it like that. If you are not happy anymore with your stream, then you remove it. Now, when you have the filtering, so by users or by engagement, what you can do is that when you close the preferences or the settings, the stream remains saved like this. So when you open the Tweetdeck next time, it will remain like that. Okay. Now I'm going to check whether you have any. So you are still watching. This is good. If you have any questions or any comments, please send me an email. I'm still checking it in order to eventually reply. Here I didn't get anything. This is good. So these are the streams. So imagine that you filter very nicely a certain debate, certain hashtag in one stream, and then what you do, you put the list on the other one. Now, a little limitation is that in a stream of a list, you cannot actually filter by engagement. So this means that you will not be able to see this engagement. You can filter by users, you can filter by content, but not by engagement. It's a pity a little bit, but well, never mind. So to remove it, you just click on remove, and here remove. Okay. Now I would like to share with you my settings so you can see my working environment, what I do. So how I sort the streams. So I have the first stream I have is a user, which means that my activity. So here in the first thing, I see what I am actually posting, what appears on my Twitter profile, and what is my activity. Then the second thing which I have here, which might be good for you, is that You see, this is interesting. So we can retweet this. It's an interesting tweet. So I'll just retweet it. You see, so you can, if you see a tweet, you can directly interact. You can like, you can retweet, and then if you click on these three dots, you get so many other options. Okay, but now let's go back to the settings. So my second stream is actually the Digital Agenda Twitter accounts, the thematic accounts Twitter list, which I've created on Twitter. So here I see the activity of all the thematic accounts, including Mr. Oettinger, Mr. Ansip, and some other people from the cabinets. So this is for me very important, because like this, I keep an eye on all your activity, what you are doing, and whenever I see something from for example, for example, I don't know, active healthy aging or cloud or whatever else, I can very quickly retweet or choose what to do with that. Okay, so this is the Twitter list. I have another Twitter list which is called Special Relations. Now, this is a private Twitter list; it's not public. And I put there really accounts which are not like DigiConnect thematic accounts, but which are accounts which matter to me. Okay, so there is Code Week, there are some commissioners, there are some projects which are very active. You know, European Parliament Research Service, which is active without topics as well. And so it's another Twitter list which helps me to find content not from DigiConnect but from slightly outside. So again, this is important. And now what I have next are like the trending campaigns. So one trending campaign is actually European Robotics Week. So I have it here. So when I see all the tweets, but obviously now I could have, you know, filtered it by engagement. This might be actually a good thing. So I'm going to do it, and I will see only tweets which contain more than 3 retweets. So like this, I will already, Tweetdeck will already pre-filter for me the whole hashtag, so I don't get overcrowded, I don't get overload by the tweets which don't have many retweets. I want to retweet only those tweets that matter. Then what I have is the mentions, which means that I see here every time someone mentions Digital Agenda EU in his or her tweet, then I see the tweet here. So again, a very good thing, especially if people ask you questions. And if someone asks you a question, you, for example, here is something. So what you can do is you just can reply very easily here, and you reply, and that's it. Okay. So then, and then you see that as I move to the sorry, to the other side, you know, I might not be using these streams so much, but I got them anyway, because what I can do, if I think that I want to now to see what are my scheduled tweets, which is another stream which you can see here, and if I want to have it more on in front of my eyes, I can just I can just drag and drop it like this, and to put it, for example, here. So now I have my home feed, Digital Agenda Twitter list, and my scheduled posts. You can also drag and drop it in this menu on the left side. So basically, you just, you know, drag and drop it, and it changes also the order of the streams. So it's actually very easy to navigate. Compared to Hootsuite, it doesn't have the tabs, so it doesn't allow you to create a tab for European Robotics Week, another tab for your conference, another tab for Digital Single Market. So it doesn't have the tabs, which is a little disadvantage compared to Hootsuite. But on the other hand, these drag and drop things work quite nicely, and especially the filtering of the streams, I think it's really good. So here you see your scheduled tweets, and this brings us to the other functionality which Tweetdeck offers, which is scheduling tweets. And now scheduling tweets, you do it very easily. You just go here to new tweet, and you write your tweet. Okay, you add a hashtag, for example, startups. It offers you the trending hashtags. Okay, so sorry, startups. So eventually startup or startups. You click on that. The same for a mention. So if I want to mention startup EU, for example, that's it. I can include a link. I put it there, so I have a link. Now, what it does, it shortens the link automatically, which is a very good thing. Because remember, in Hootsuite, you were obliged to put it in a little field, then shrink the link, and then it shrinks. Now, it does that automatically, but you need to set it up, at the first place. So the Tweetdeck functionality is linked with Bitly, so you can set it up here in the settings, and here you can see link shortening, and you choose the service, which is Bitly, and then you have the username and the API key. So what you firstly need to do is actually to set up a Bitly account, and then when you have a Bitly account, you find the username and your API key, and you copy paste it in Tweetdeck, and then when done, it will automatically shrink this. So if I scheduled now this tweet, I will schedule it for 3 p.m. and I schedule it, what happens is tweet at 3:49, and then what it does, it puts it in the scheduled tweets, and you see the link is shrinked. Okay, the link is shortened by Bitly. And now if I go to my Bitly account, I will see the link. Sorry, the link has, because I've already used that link, so it will be, because what Bitly does, it actually takes a look on your old links, and if you've used already that's the same link already sometime, it will add it to that. So probably it should be somewhere here. I cannot find it now. But what you can then do, if you shrink the links, you can then see the statistics. So it's very good because you can see how many people actually clicked on your links. And this is automatic. So whenever you put some link in Tweetdeck and it shrinks or it shortens it via Bitly, then you can very easily monitor your performance because you can see how many people clicked on that on a certain link. Okay, so if I go back here, I can see that this, for example, I tweeted this morning or yesterday evening, and I see that the biggest activity was just after I tweeted it, but it again got several clicks recently. So again, if you have any questions, any comments on that, please send me an email to my European Commission mailbox. I don't see any email, so hopefully this is okay and you don't have any questions. What I wanted to show you next is one more thing. If you schedule a tweet, you can obviously schedule with a picture, which is the big advantage compared to Hootsuite, which doesn't allow you to do that. So in Tweetdeck, you can actually add the picture, you choose whatever picture you want, some robotics, and it's there. It consumes 23 or 24 characters, but if you schedule it, then it will look like exactly like this. So you see it will be a tweet with the picture, and it will be tweeted like it is, because the big advantage of Tweetdeck is that it's actually owned by Twitter. So whatever Twitter does, it's somehow reflected in Tweetdeck because those two products are like can be combined together or joined together. So if you schedule with a picture, then it looks like this, and the tweet will look exactly like a normal tweet. So if I go to Digital Agenda, I can tell you this was scheduled yesterday, and it looks exactly how it should look like. It's a tweet with a picture. There is no problem with that. One maybe last thing before we let's say start to collect more questions or something, some feedback, are collections. Okay, so Tweetdeck enables you to create collections. Collections are something like curated timelines of most interesting tweets. It might sound a little bit complicated, but I will show you that it's very nice, and I think it's a great thing to do, especially if you want to provide some kind of additional service for your audience or for people that you are in touch with that follow you. So I'll show you how it works. You create a collection, and you get a new stream, new column at the end. You write the name of the collection. So let's say we started with the startups, so we can write European startups. And what you do, you write a description of the collection. So I say, this is a collection of the most interesting tweets related to EU startups. Okay, so now I have a description of my collection, but the collection is still empty. But what I can do, and I would need to open another column, which would be again the startups hashtag. The column, okay, it's here. So I have the two columns now next to each other, and what I do, I maybe filter the stream by engagement, so I can see only tweets with more than 10 retweets and 5 likes. So I see only the most relevant tweets. So now I have them here. This is quite interesting. I think this might be an interesting tweet for my collection. So what I do, I drag and drop it into the collection. It appears here. I can choose another tweet, which might be, for example, this one. This is just an example. And it appears above that. Now, this is interesting, but why to do that? Why do you want to do the collection? Well, because it's actually a piece of content which you can share. And you click on share, and you click on view on Twitter. What happens is that you see this. So you actually see the collection in a Twitter stream or a Twitter environment. You can easily retweet or favorite. But what you can do, that the collection, it has a unique link. And what you can do, you can just tweet about this collection to say, well, this is a predefined tweet, but you can say something like, we've just created a new collection related to startups. Check it out. If I tweeted this, then people will be able to actually go and see this collection. Okay, so basically I'm providing service to people that follow me, and I'm saying, guys, you probably don't have time to follow the startups discussion, but what I'm going to do for you, I'm going to follow it because I'm doing it anyway, and I'm going to put there some tweets which I think are the most important tweets for the day, for example. So every day, if you check this collection, you will see the highlights, the best tweets. It will be my pick, my selection of the best tweets which I think are relevant for the startup community. So this is actually a very good thing, how to provide a very good added service to your followers. It obviously mentions that this is created by you, so then the followers know that you are curating or collecting the timeline. What it does then, obviously, when you choose to add more tweets to the collection, then it updates automatically. So you see, automatically, you don't need to click refresh or whatever. It just shows the tweets when you add them. Okay. So this is I like this thing very, very much. And what we did, for example, we created this collection, or we call it customized timeline. We created it for the Digital Single Market launch. So then every day around the Digital Single Market launch, we updated this Twitter line with the key messages, either from us or either from other people. But then we tweeted this and we said, guys, you want to follow the Digital Single Market debate, but it's very crowded, very noisy, very complicated. We have created a curated timeline for you. Check it out. So basically, it's a similar thing like Twitter lists, but to Twitter lists, you actually add people, but here you add only the tweets, okay, manually. So I think this is a quite nice feature, which you can do only via Tweetdeck. You cannot do it via another tool or via Twitter. You can do it only via Tweetdeck. So this, I suggest you explore it, you use it, and I can see a big benefit if you have again a conference or a big communication. Then you, few days before and a few days after, you would be taking care of this timeline. It's very easy, very simple, and you can drag and drop how many tweets you want. So you just stay on Tweetdeck, and I suggest if you have a conference, so to launch it 7 days before the conference, update it every day, then during the conference, update it several times per day, and then after the conference, again, 7 days, update it once per day. And always when you update, then you tweet about it so that people know and people explore that, okay? So, and I think this will work. This will create a better relation, because your followers will see that you are doing something additional for them, and if they like it, then they start, they invite other people to follow you, or they will retweet your stuff. It's a good way how to connect with them. Now, I think that's basically it. So just to sum up once more what we saw. Firstly, we saw the Tweetdeck environment. We saw how to add columns, either by searching here or by adding column there. Maybe one more point, what you can also do, and this is not possible in Tweetdeck, you can actually add a concrete account. So if I have FetEU here, I can actually see the user FetEU, and I add the column, and I see now only the activity of FetEU, and I can do this for whatever account. So if you have an account which you really want to closely to follow, you can do this. In Hootsuite, this was not possible. You would need to create a Twitter list, put there this account, and then use the Twitter list. But here you can use this this feature, so you can add only one account. So this is also very nice. And so we saw how to add the streams. We saw how to work with the streams, how to filter them by, here it is, by content, users, engagement, or you can even set up alerts, so you will get some notification somewhere here in the right corner. Then what we did, we took a look on how to move the streams. Okay, now I'm moving it, drag and drop. And I showed you what settings do I have for digital agenda. Then we took a look on tweeting itself, so that it enables you to show, or it shows you the trending hashtags. It shows you the mentions as well if you want to mention someone. So for example, there it is. When you add a link, we took a look on the shrinking functionality or in the shortening functionality, so it actually shortens the link, and you can then schedule the tweet very easily here. Oh, sorry. Up. Sorry. Now. Yeah. I've got some on my notebook. Yes, now. Okay, sorry, but you can schedule it. You saw the calendar, so it's okay. And then you schedule it. It appears in your scheduled tweets. And as the last thing, we took a look on the collections. So you can actually create customized collections for your followers or for people to share. And this is a very good piece of content which might be good for people that you. That follow certain debate, but they don't have time to follow it properly, but you do it for them and you provide the service for them. And I think because what they can do later on, they can even embed the collection. So imagine that they really like the thing you're doing, and they would embed this in their website. It's actually very nice, and we should have this also on digital agenda. I'm not thinking. There's a new feature on Twitter. Well, I will explore this, but they can embed the collection, so it's like an interesting thing as well. So this is it. Do you have any questions or any comments on that? I'm going to finish the. Yeah. So now you can see me. I still see that there are 3 of you. So I hope you followed a little bit. I think what you can do is that you can go to TweetDeck, explore it. If you have any questions, you let me know. I'm very happy to answer. I'm very happy to eventually have in few months or in few weeks another session like this, another workshop, another training, hopefully with the Q&A availability as well. And that we can also interact a little bit. I'm sorry for the initial complications, but I hope this was kind of useful. And I'm checking just my mailbox, but I don't see any emails yet coming. So I'll wait a little bit more. But thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for participating, and I'm very happy. Eventually, we can have a phone call today, still in the afternoon, if you have any questions. But I suggest you explore the thing. You go there and you check what might be interesting for you. The idea, obviously, is that this tool helps you not to spend hours per week on Twitter, but that you do it effectively. You schedule tweets. You take a look at it once per day to see the most trending tweets or the most important messages which went on, and that you use it. Yes, okay. So I see that one email. I think it needs further exploration to play with it a bit. Very interesting. Thanks to that. Thank you very much for the email, and yeah, that's exactly what I think. You just go there, check it out, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer. But my suggestion is, if you have used Hootsuite until now, my suggestion is to switch to Tweetdeck, because I'm now using it more and more. So I will probably give also some presentations during our social media network meetings about that, and I will provide support more to Tweetdeck than to Hootsuite. So if Hootsuite changes the environment or makes some updates, I will not be aware of it. As I'm now about Tweetdeck. So that's why I suggest, and I think it's a good step to do. Okay. Thank you very much once more. I think we can end this. Thank you for watching, and see you or hear you next time. And I'm very happy to answer all the questions via email or via phone. Thanks. Bye.